So I know all of you voted for local to global instead of the WWE 2020 series, but I've been busy with school, work, and slowly losing my sanity. And if I remember from the last time that I was busy with school, work, and losing my sanity, it was 2020. So I thought this was the perfect time to come back to the WWE 2020 series and let's get to WrestleMania finally. We've been pushing, you've been waiting, and I haven't recorded in like a month, so let's try this. Oh, that's one big son of a... We're starting off our first Raw after Bad Blood with a subpar wrestling match with a decent reaction from the crowd. AJ Styles and Seth Rollins defeat Anderson and Gallows. Nothing too special here, just a nice little show to open up a nice little match to open up the show. This got a 7 rating of 43, crowd of 49, wrestling rating of 46. To get good matches, I mean, I know this is Anderson and Gallows, so it's hit or miss, but like Seth Rollins 49, AJ Styles 57, it's still not great. I mean, Luke Gallows awful 36 performance, but it is what it is. It only gets worse. Kurt Angle defeats Buddy Murphy. I made this a short match, just did a little bit to get Kurt over, but after that match, John Cena raises Kurt Angle's hand, and I forgot to mention this whole time, so from that last match into now, Samoa Joe was on commentary, by the way. Anyways, so John Cena celebrates with Kurt Angle. This is, I believe, John's debut. Up next, we have an interview from Kevin Owens where he mocks and makes fun of The Fiend after he attacked The Fiend after the match that The Fiend assisted him in to help fight off the Good Brothers. Also, I will add that after that little interview, the footage kind of glitches and cuts away early. So Finn Balor defeats Solo Sikoa. I just wanted to get another good match, and it looks like it did pretty good. Solo got a 51 performance, so he killed it. 45 segment rating, crowd rating 55, wrestling rating 41.9. Still unclear though with the crowd heat. I don't know what we're gonna have to do. This really does feel like 2020 WWE though, doesn't it? So we're backstage and Randy is in Jonathan Coachman's office. He is demanding that he gets a match with Edge after Edge and Christian betrayed him last week. Obviously Randy and Edge are still tag team titles, but Edge turned his back on Randy Orton and attacked him last week. But Jonathan Coachman denies it, but Randy doesn't listen anyway, and so he just takes off running backstage looking for Edge. Next we have a match between Andrade and Ricochet, where Andrade makes a defense of his United States Championship. The crowd has not been buzzing, so this match got a penalty for that. The crowd is warming up though, so we can't complain. Both guys did pretty good for the standards that we've been going with here. Ricochet with a 50, Andrade with a 54. I'm really trying to focus on finding some good matches. They may not necessarily be super important, but I just want to get some good high rating matches here. And I will add that Triple H was on commentary during this whole endeavor as well, just basically talking crap on Andrade, who he is facing at Mania, this is here. After the match, Triple H comes from commentary and he jumps Andrade, attacking him, raising up the United States title up above his head, and then he just drops it and throws it on Andrade's prone body. But they got a 61 performance. Randy eventually has his match and he defeats Drew McIntyre with an RKO. Set a wrestling rating of 56, crowd rating of 63, segment rating of 57. Drew had a 55 performance and Randy had a 56 performance, so they did pretty good here. But after the match, Randy Orton, he's cutting a promo and he wants Edge and Christian. But while he's cutting the promo, Edge and Christian come up on the screen, basically saying, "You really think that we would come here and fight you? No, we are just celebrating our new tag team championship belt." This got a segment rating of 50. So how are things gonna go? We got the tag team champions basically hating each other. But CM Punk comes out after that, and he's saying that he was the better man in the Iron Man match against Rey Mysterio. Also, a reminder that CM Punk is also the Royal Rumble winner, and he has challenged Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. But he had lost his 30-minute Iron Man match against Rey Mysterio. Well, they both tied it, I guess I should say. They were an even draw brawl there, but CM Punk gets heated after calling out Rey Mysterio and just eventually starts attacking him, so both men fight. And the GMs come out, security pulls them apart, and they announce that at WrestleMania, we are gonna get CM Punk versus Rey Mysterio versus Daniel Bryan to unify the WWE Championship and the WWE Universal Championship. This got a semi-rating of 57, lost popularity. I think this was a pretty good show for what things have been. A lot of angles. We're definitely in Mania season here, where it seems like it's going to be pretty segment based. 59 rating though. I don't think it was terrible. I can compare. We made some money, a little bit of money. I got to compare it with the others, but I don't think it's been terrible. So it looks like this was our best Raw. Well, it was tied for. There's 2 Raws here with the 59 rating. Oh no, we actually got a 60 Raw. So it's our second best Raw, tied with another Raw. But we're figuring it out here. I wish. What's our best match going back? Our best match was Andrade versus Triple H versus Finn Balor. Yeah, so this is kind of what we got here. We're working on it. It is time for Sunday Night Heat. The Bar defeats Heavy Machinery with a semi-rating of 44. The Kabuki Warriors defeat the Boston Hug Connection when Mia Yim comes in and attacks Sasha Banks, costing her and Bayley the women's tag team titles. This got a semi-rating of 46. After the match, Mia Yim and Sasha Banks stare each other down. These two have been feuding for quite a while, and seems like tensions are brewing highly. Although not highly enough, because this semi-rating was only 34, but it's okay because it's just heat. Now this one seems kind of out of place. But Becky Lynch and Charlotte team up and defeat Heavy Machinery. I'm gonna do some mixed intergender matches every once in a while just to get them over. Like, if you look, Charlotte Flair and Becky performed better than Otis and Tucker, so I think that's a win in my book. Got a semi-rating of 41, and obviously Becky and Charlotte are feuding against each other, but I feel like they have enough respect to tag with each other, take on the men. And in our main event, Shinsuke Nakamura defeats The Miz to defend his Intercontinental title. The Miz got a 51 performance, Shinsuke got a 44. I thought Shinsuke was going to do better than The Miz, but it looks like that did not happen. Still a pretty good match with a 52 overall rating. 27 overall show, but it's just heat, so it's okay. SmackDown starts with CM Punk coming out, basically saying that Daniel Bryan should have stayed retired because he is going to wish that he did after their match at WrestleMania, and he tells Rey Mysterio that Rey Mysterio should have just retired early because he's going to want to retire after this match at WrestleMania. Obviously said in a lot more elegant CM Punk way, but this got a 56 rating. And then our next match is R-Truth defeating John Morrison with a semi-rating of 40, crowd rating of 34, wrestling rating of 34. After the match, John Morrison says, it is okay that I lost because all we have to do is just wait around for another member of the New Day to get injured. Obviously, Big E and Xavier Woods are both out, which has led R-Truth to be in the New Day in the first place. He is now with Kofi Kingston as the tag team champions. Discuss our rating of 34 though. Shane McMahon and Kofi Kingston have a match where Kofi Kingston wins due to a interference from The Miz. Got a wrestling rating of 44, crowd rating of 60, but there were so many different... Ooh, that's not good. So many different problems, like Kofi Kingston and Shane McMahon don't mix well, and then we have a big mess with commentary. I removed Michael Cole. I sent him down to NXT for right now so I can figure out what to do with him because he's combative, but obviously this is a problem, so I'm gonna have to go and fix that before this gets any worse. So after that match, Shane McMahon just takes off running from The Miz because he's finding every possible way not to actually fight The Miz. So he continued by just running away from him right here with a semi-rating of 52, and Braun Strowman squashes the Velveteen Dream with a semi-rating of 44, crowd rating of 41, wrestling rating of 37. Surprisingly, this was one of the better matches we've had so far in the night, and it was just a squash match. But after the match, Paul Heyman comes out and is warning Braun Strowman. He says, I work for some very powerful people, and they want to take you out. Now, the screen obviously kind of spoils that, but he was hinting at, obviously, the Bloodline, who has been having problems with Braun Strowman, and the Bloodline is kind of increasingly growing more together together and also getting a lot angrier. And obviously Braun Strowman's who they're challenging. And now it looks like we have a new member in Paul Heyman, and that is a very strong member to have on your side. Got a 7 rating of 54 though. I spoiled this before, but it was announced here on SmackDown that we're gonna have a fatal 4-way match at WrestleMania for the Women's World Championship between Bayley, the champion Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Lita, pitting together all the basically the top women we have together for a match at WrestleMania. This got a 7 rating of 39. That kind of sucks. But anyways, Mustafa Ali defeats Johnny Gargano to defend his cruiserweight title. It's got a 7 rating of 42, crowd rating of 37, wrestling rating of 37 as well. In our main event, Sami Zayn defeats Brock Lesnar due to interference from The Undertaker, but still a huge win regardless for Sami Zayn. Got a wrestling rating of 60, crowd rating of 67, and a 7 rating of 54. Brock had a 68 performance. Sami Zayn had a 53 performance. But after the match, we have Undertaker, who is visibly upset with Sami Zayn because he blames Sami Zayn for losing that match at Bad Blood. But while Undertaker is angry and talking to Sami Zayn just straight up attacks Undertaker. Doesn't really go well, obviously. But from behind, here comes Brock Lesnar suplexing the Undertaker a whole bunch of times, leaving Undertaker on the mat, beaten and broken down. And that is how we end our show with a 7 rating of 58. Okay, so this had a performance of 53. We'll take our wins when we can. I think that actually was worse than our last one. I was celebrating, and then I realized I think this might be worse. So we continue to make money, not a lot. What I'm trying to do is I'll show you what our broadcasting is, because I'm upgrading our broadcasting, and I don't believe we have a deal with Raw and SmackDown yet, which I should go and do. But my plan is I believe that if we upgrade and we upgrade our broadcaster, we give better deals. When we give ourselves TV deals, even though the show sucks, we'll still grow. Obviously, I want the show to be good, but that's just not happening right now. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. The show pretty much sucked. But this is what I'm talking about. So here's our broadcaster. I upgraded USA, Canada, and Mexico to very big. So in theory, we should be growing a lot more. Now, let me look at our broadcasting. So we actually do have deals with these. I think, now obviously, like I said, our show should just be better, and that would make things a lot easier. I should have done this in the first place, but let's make this is crazy, but how an enormous broadcaster is 55 million, and obviously we have that. How much if we make it enormous in Canada? 90 million? Let's stick to, we're gonna make WWE TV, and it's gonna be just a USA thing. This is gonna be commercial, so people are gonna more likely use this because it's free as opposed to the WWE network. And let's see how much of a difference that makes, because our popularity should grow a lot. So let's view all broadcasters, do WWE TV, and then let's give some deals for Raw and SmackDown, and it's letting us do it. There's not going to be interference, it looks like. So we got Raw, SmackDown, and Heat. And I guess I should do events. So now we have both. We have the network. Basically, is the way, if you want to see it, is if you have the WWE TV, that's the ad version, where if you do the WWE network, you can see the promo packages and things like that, like kind of what they do now. But that is it. In order to improve morale, we had to make some decisions here. We had to let go of some people, basically people that had the traits, the negative personality traits. Not everybody, but the ones I felt okay releasing, like Ryback. Probably shouldn't have got him in the first place. The Bellas, it's a shame, but they were just GMs. I feel like not worth the headache. Shane Helms, another one, unfortunate one. And then Maria Kanellis. I don't even know what she did, to be honest. Did she even wrestle? I think she might not have. She didn't wrestle. And then also we extended the contract with Roderick Strong. I sent it back down to NXT. And then we also, I forgot to put it on there. Matt Hardy's contract is expiring. I'm going to go ahead and let it go. I don't really have a use for him. And so we're just kind of trying to clean up the roster a little bit, get it to a good spot. So spending absolutely way too much money. Locker room morale is good. The only negative personalities we got is Baron Corbin, Brock Lesnar, Devon Dudley, and The Miz. I think I'm going to let Devon go because he's a road agent and not a major player. I want to keep Baron Corbin. Brock, how much longer is on Brock's contract? I don't really want to fire him, but I also probably want to rehire him. He's actually about to leave, so in December, so I just got to deal with him for a little bit longer. Actually, it's a while, but I'm not worried about him. If he causes more problems, we'll get rid of him. But as of now, our backstage environment is good, so our matches should first of all, our matches should get better, and the chaos backstage should also kind of go away. Another update is when I was going through the people, I saw Hulk Hogan. I just went ahead and released him because I don't want any of those problems. Let's look at Devon here. He's still annoyed actually. I gave him 1,000. If 1,000 didn't work, I gave him 10,000. Devon's being picky, and then I gave him 100,000 because I'm desperate. And see, that actually helped. So I got it in, go straight to firing him. And some other issues is Mauro Ranallo does not like Corey Graves. Now I don't know if that affects their commentary, but they're the best commentators I got right now. I don't think there's better. Yeah, no. So maybe I'll have to do some searching. Let's see. Corey Graves. I can do it right now. Corey Graves is 75. So let's go ahead. I probably am going to, I want to replace Booker as well because Booker's not that great either. I'm really trying to just make everything as good as possible. I love Booker, and in real life, I'd love to have him there, but okay. So this is her options. Jesse Ventura, Larry Zbyszko, Pat McAfee, but obviously that didn't work. We could do Paul Heyman, but I want him involved with the bloodline. Can we offer Jesse? This is not like a long-term solution, but maybe we can. He might not even accept, but if he does accept, we could put him in there, and I don't know if it's going to improve him much, but he's like 79 too, so we could have a 3-man booth, him, Corey, and Mauro. I don't know how much that actually is going to fix it, but that is kind of cool that we would have Jesse Ventura on commentary. We start Raw with a match between Finn Balor and Ricochet. This got a 7 rating of 69, a crowd rating of 46, and a wrestling rating of 61. Finn Balor with a 56 performance, Ricochet with a 66 performance. Already, I think that this locker room morale has definitely helped things. Fingers crossed the rest of them are like this, or better. I would love better. Anyways, so Rusev is out cutting a promo, and the Hurt Business kind of surround him, saying that even though your partner no longer works here, our eyes are still on you. What that means, we'll just have to wait and see, but this got a semi-rating of 44. I meant to do this reversed, but anyways, Kurt Angle defeats Rusev because of interference from Bobby Lashley and the rest of the Hurt Business. This got a semi-rating of 50, crowd rating of 47, wrestling rating of 50, Kurt Angle with a 53, Rusev with a 46. And then each of the members of the title unification match got interviewed. This got a semi-rating of 67. Both their interviewers underperformed. That's unfortunate. AJ Styles defeats Wade Barrett. Not really much to say here. Semi-rating 50, crowd rating 52, wrestling rating 54. AJ Styles with a 65 performance. And then in this, right after the match, AJ Styles and Seth Rollins came out for the match together. And so afterwards, they, are in the ring cutting some promos saying that they have a mutual respect for each other, but they want to see what the two can do in the ring together. So at WrestleMania, we're going to see AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins in a friendly competition. And this got a semi-rating of 65. Samoa Joe comes out and he's telling John Cena not to interfere in his business. Obviously, Samoa Joe has been having some problems with Kurt Angle. Well, he does not want John Cena involved because last week John Cena came out and raised his hand. It's got a 72 performance, and I knew putting these two together, Samoa Joe and John Cena, would do really well. Looks like Kurt Angle did a really good job too. So Samoa Joe did not do good without a script, so that's sad to see, but it looks like it didn't really hurt that too bad. We had Kevin Owens defeating Bo Dallas, obviously brother of his rival, The Fiend. This got a semi-rating of 53, crowd rating of 37, wrestling rating of 51. Kevin Owens had a 65 performance, a really good performance, where Bo Dallas had a 38. I didn't expect Bo Dallas to do really that good, but he did okay. I mean, the match overall did pretty good, so. And then after the match, Kevin Owens says he doesn't want to deal with Bo Dallas anymore and his stupid brother, The Fiend. This got a semi-rating of 58. RKO, rated RKO, it says draw. It says defeated. They were supposed to draw due to stoppage finish because this match never really got underway. Basically, they went out. They had a little bit of a match, but eventually Randy Orton and Edge just started brawling. So they didn't really lose, but the War Raiders also didn't really lose either. This got a summer rating of 45, crowd rating of 47, wrestling rating of 49. And then we end the show basically just with Edge and Randy Orton brawling out of the arena. It's got a 58 performance. Not great. I felt improvement, and now maybe we're on that. Now we're just actually are building some momentum because I felt that the 72, all the matches seemed better. We made a lot more money, but that's probably because of the new broadcaster. So looking at our male, Jesse Ventura, our bid failed with him. He just wants to retire in peace. That's understandable. I didn't know if that was going to go through or not. Daniel Bryan has some opinions. Bo Dallas has poor ring psychology. He's not worth keeping around. Well, that's sad to see. I probably will keep him around anyways, but thank you for your opinion. And then Finley and Omos want to be brought up. Finley, I really just brought him down because of I put him in NXT UK because of his negative personality. And then Omos, I wasn't really ready for him, and I want him to get some experience, but I guess I gotta bring him up. Did he even wrestle? Because, I don't want to get a lot of these new guys in until after WrestleMania. So let's bring him up so he's not... Oh my god, I just smacked something. Let's bring him up so I know he's not mad. Let's check our backstage. Looks like nobody's causing more problems yet, so I think we're on a good track. Let's look at... So broadcaster revenue in one show, we made $418,000. As opposed to our last month, we made $1,100,000. So I think, when is WrestleMania? Is WrestleMania in March? Oh yeah, I think we're gonna blow that number out of the water. So I definitely we took a hit financially because of all the changes we're making, but I think profits are coming. I'm gonna keep pushing through until we get some profits, but I think they're coming. You can feel WrestleMania brewing as we start this episode of SmackDown with a CM Punk promo on Daniel Bryan, basically saying that he respects Daniel Bryan, but he is going to use all of his weaknesses, his concussions, everything to his advantage so he can finally win his first WrestleMania main event and become the undisputed WWE champion. It's got a submission rating of 80. Great way to start the show. I'm really happy with that. It's probably one of our better segments too. And then we have a match between Lita and Paige. It's got a wrestling rating of 41, crowd rating of 32, segment rating of 47. Pretty good. I'm hoping that these women's matches are we're picking up momentum with the women's division. So I really hope by the next Rumble we'll be able to have a decent Rumble, but I don't know if that's going to actually happen. I'm really trying though. Anyways, we have a segment where the Usos are walking out of a locker room, smiles on their face, looking menacing, and then the camera crew goes back into the locker room and Braun Strowman is laid out unconscious back there. It's got 52 7 rating. And Mia Yim defeats Sasha Banks. This says the crowd were turned off by having a match outside pre-show. I thought Sasha Banks was recognizable, but I guess not. But anyways, this had a wrestling rating of 38, crowd rating of 27, segment rating of 33. Sasha Banks had a 43 performance, and Mia Yim had a 32 performance. Really disappointed with that. That's unfortunate. But anyways, Mia Yim brutally beats down Sasha Banks after that match, which means a little bit behind the curtain stuff that Sasha Banks is leaving for maternity leave. So we had her go out making Mia Yim look stronger. Hopefully we can get more of a push for Mia Yim. But apparently Mia Yim did not look good in this segment, fighting too long. But this got a 41 rating and it ended the storyline. Sasha Banks took a stump bump. I'm surprised it let her do this. Yeah, I guess being pregnant doesn't really matter. But there's that. So obviously if it was real life, probably wouldn't have her do anything dangerous, but it's a video game. Anyways, we have Baron Corbin and John Morrison are backstage doing their usual shtick of making fun of Kofi, how all of his partners get injured and everything like that. And then R-Truth comes in and he's got a Raw tag team title instead of the SmackDown tag team title. Who knows where he even got that belt, but obviously that's some more fuel for the flame for Baron Corbin and Morrison. And then the Revival defeat Beer Money, which kind of a cool match to happen. Anyways, it's got a wrestling rating of 53, crowd rating rating of 39, semi-rating of 59. Everyone did pretty good for the recent standards. Great match. Crowd didn't really care for it though, but I don't think crowd really cares for anything these days. So now we have all of the Bloodline members sitting backstage. No one's really talking except for Paul Heyman, saying that he warned Braun Strowman not to mess with the Bloodline, but he didn't listen, and because of that, decisions had to be made, and everyone else got their little one-liners in. I'll let you decide what those are, but I got a 56 rating. And then Shinsuke Nakamura is in a match with Matt Hardy and Sheamus. Matt Hardy is confirmed to be leaving. I didn't have much use for him, so I thought I'd let him go. Hopefully things are on good terms, at least for me. I just don't want to really use him as more than just a manager, so I thought he's leaving, let's just let him go. But he came up short in this match. He didn't win the Intercontinental title. Shinsuke Nakamura defended it. Sheamus is obviously searching for that first Intercontinental title, but came up short again. But this got a wrestling rating of 50, crowd rating of 46, segment rating of 52. Shinsuke had a 60 performance, Matt Hardy with 37, Sheamus with a 54. Sheamus and Shinsuke performed really, really well, so I'm really happy with that. Miz makes his entrance for his match coming up, but he has a microphone in hand, calling out Shane McMahon, saying that he's got to stop running, that Miz wants his revenge. And of course, Shane calls in. He's on the Titantron, just laughing at Miz, saying that he will not get what he wants, and he will come when he's good and ready. It's got a 7 rating of 61. Obviously, Miz was out here for his match with Dolph Ziggler against Sami Zayn and Brock Lesnar, a team you never thought would have ever happened. Sami and Brock defeat Dolph and Miz. The match was designed to be chaotic, full of action in order to get the crowd going, and I think it worked. It looks like Brock Lesnar was held back though, so that's a little bit unfortunate. It's had a wrestling rating of 59, crowd rating of 61, segment rating of 60. Brock had a 72 performance. It's incredible. Sami Zayn with a 59, Miz with a 54, Dolph with a 51. So then after the fact, Brock and Sami Zayn are still standing in the ring, standing strong, and Sami demands, well, he doesn't just demand, he gloats over the fact that he outsmarted The Undertaker, the self-proclaimed smartest in the business, the greatest of all time. He outsmarted him, and he wants that WrestleMania spotlight against The Undertaker. And he tells Coachman to book the match, and Coachman agrees to booking the match, but he warns Sami that this may not be a fight he really wants. And that's how we end the show, with a 60 ratings over that segment. I think that was a really good show. 66 performance. I think that was definitely one of our better ones. Made $410,000. We really got to figure out the money situation. Get these. Maybe we got to really take a look at these contracts and stuff. See if there's anyone making way too much money or whatever. But I feel like we should be making more. Hope you guys are liking the video. And if you are liking the video, go ahead and leave a like. It would help the algorithm find my videos better, so people like you can also enjoy the content. And if you haven't already subscribed, I would recommend you do, so you can always keep up to date with the series on my channel. And if you have any suggestions or just want to say hello, leave a comment below. Thank you. So I believe this is the second failed drug test we've had from Brock Lesnar. That's not good. Let's see at this point. Yeah, so we've had one. He's not, I guess, super important to WrestleMania. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. What I should do with Brock Lesnar. Should I suspend him? Should I just keep finding him, or should I fire him, let him go? It's a pain, but I don't feel like hasn't done too much damage yet, but obviously, we don't want someone on steroids in the company, so it is Brock Lesnar, and he is performing well, so go ahead and let me know in the comments. We start off Raw with an argument from Edge and Christian against Randy Orton, and while they are arguing, Coachman comes out and he says he is tired of the bickering and it is time to decide who our tag team champions are, since Edge and Randy Orton, cannot coexist together. So tonight we are going to have a tag team match between Edge and Christian versus Randy Orton and a partner of his choosing. So you're going to see that later tonight. Up next, we have Andrade versus Ricochet. Andrade defends his United States Championship. Obviously, Triple H is still lurking around, but does not interfere this time. He lets it happen. Still just scouting out his opponent for WrestleMania. The match was a high spots match, and Andrade makes his 7th defense of the United States Championship. This had a wrestling rating of 64, crowd rating of 47, and a semi rating of 58. Andrade Andrade had a performance of 68, Ricochet with a 61. You can tell WrestleMania is coming, things are picking up. And then we have John Cena comes out. He's kind of promo about Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle comes out to acknowledge the fact that Cena is making a case for being his last opponent for his retirement match. But as Kurt Angle is standing there at the end of the ramp, acknowledging Cena's promo, Samoa Joe comes up behind him and attacks him. John Cena makes the save of Kurt Angle, and that pretty much ends the segment there. We got a segment rating of 77. These three guys, I feel like, are a great trio to have do storylines together because they're all great on the mic, and I think they're all just great, charismatic people as well. But the 77, yeah, amazing. Edge and Christian defeat Randy Orton and his partner Drew McIntyre. Obviously, Drew and Randy Orton do not get along because when Edge and Christian were together, they basically targeted Drew McIntyre. But looks like desperate times call for desperate measures, and they tagged together, but it did not go through because Edge and Christian are now the Raw Tag Team Champions. Drew had a performance of 57, Randy with a 62, Christian with a 52, Edge with a 49. I actually did not expect Edge to do so poor. But anyways, this had a wrestling rating of 55, crowd rating of 54, and a segment rating of 59. Drew McIntyre debuted a new high spot and popped the crowd. Wow. Then after that match, Edge, Christian, and Drew McIntyre all team up, beating up Randy Orton. But as they're doing that, Devon Dudley comes out and takes the aid of Randy Orton, scaring off the three men. Not something you would expect, but obviously Devon has a lot of history with Edge and Christian, so very interesting. I wonder where this is going to be going. It's got a segment rating of 60. And then we had a short match. Triple H defeats Adam Cole in less than 6 minutes. This got a wrestling rating of 53, crowd rating of 50, and a segment rating of 55. Adam Cole had a 41 performance. Triple H had a 64. Adam Cole did not do terrible. I can't hate on him for that. So building up Adam Cole a little bit. It's going to take some time, but right now is not the time. We need a good worker that can lose to Triple H. He was our guy. So, and then we just have an interview segment. Nothing really, no meat really to it. It's just AJ Styles and Seth Rollins being interviewed about how they have respect for each other and their upcoming match at WrestleMania against each other, basically just to show who is the better of the two. This guy's 63 performance. And then we have Rusev defeats Shelton Benjamin. This was a steal of the show, but it looks like it did not happen that way. Shelton Benjamin with 37 performance, Rusev with a 46. Rusev did really good. This had a wrestling rating of 42, crowd rating of 37, segment rating of 50. So it looks like it did pretty good. It's just the crowd wasn't into it. And then Jonathan Coachman comes out and says that we are going to end this once and for all. So next week on Raw, we're going to have Bobby Lashley versus Rusev one last time to end this business. Obviously, the Hurt Business storyline that I set up, it kind of fell through. I didn't really have too many plans for it. The little plans I had for it kind of fell through because most of the Hurt Business team is gone in NXT and stuff just because they weren't, ready yet. And obviously we fired Ryback, so this was kind of a flop. I think we're gonna have a good match between Rusev and Bobby Lashley, but after that, it's up in the air what's gonna happen. So you can leave a comment, see what future ideas we should do for the Hurt Business and Rusev too, because Rusev performed pretty good in that last match. It's got a segment rating of 46. We have another interview, this one of Finn Balor, who's not really doing too much at the moment, just kind of talking about himself. But while he's doing that, Mustafa Ali comes in and just basically gets in Finn's face. Obviously Mustafa Ali is the Cruiserweight champion, and maybe a win over Finn Balor is what he wants to prove that he is the best. But right now, we just have a confrontation between the two that has a segment rating of 51. And then we have CM Punk taking on AJ Styles, a dream match right here. This was a steal of show, and it looks like it did that. CM Punk with a 69 performance, AJ Styles with a 74. This had a wrestling rating of 71, a crowd rating of 70, and a segment rating of 70. After the fact, we have Rey Mysterio that comes out and just kind of watches over CM Punk, kind of, always keeping an eye on the opponents. But while he comes out, Nigel McGuinness comes out and basically hypes up Daniel Bryan. Obviously, Nigel McGuinness and Daniel Bryan have a long history together as rivals through Ring of Honor and throughout the Indies. But it looks like Nigel McGuinness is going to be taking Daniel Bryan's side here and supporting him. Obviously, speaking for him on Raw, which Daniel Bryan is not a part of. So very interesting to see. But that's going to be a 65 semi rating, and that's actually going to end our show. We got a 70 overall show. We are back. We're coming. I'm not saying back. We're actually having good shows.